This is Newsbreak 26 in Southwest New Brunswick. I'm Vicki Hogarth. Here's what's happening in our part of the world. While Charlotte County has long been known as a peaceful haven where doors stay unlocked, a recent surge in property crimes has sent shockwaves through the community.
Recently, we have seen a sudden spike in break-and-enters to sheds and other outbuildings in St. Andrews. In Charlotte County in general, there has been an increase in property crime that we noticed since last summer. Some are aware that certain manhunts were underway earlier this year for certain persons for property crime that are in custody. However, the trend seems to have continued, and yes, on the 27th, 28th, we saw a spike of about 4 or 5 reported break-ins or suspicious incidents right in the town of St. Andrews involving sheds and garages.
Video surveillance footage obtained by CHCO sheds light on the brazenness of some of these property crime perpetrators. In the early hours of February 27th, footage from a security camera captured 2 individuals rifling through a residential garage in St. Andrews before hastily leaving after realizing the homeowners were home. Hansen says that a significant portion of property crimes in rural southwest New Brunswick are perpetrated by opportunistic criminals who lack sophisticated break-in tactics, instead targeting unlocked doors and readily accessible entry points.
The biggest thing that we found was a lot of these buildings were not secure or locked, and while no one has any right to be on your property or be in it, the best thing someone can do to protect their home is what we call target hardening, to prevent crimes of opportunity. And that's what we're seeing, that even though 4 or 5 might have been attempted or broken into, there probably were more attempted, but if they were secure. We tend to have in Charlotte County, say, lazy criminals, but they tend to go for crimes of opportunity. So if garage doors, cars are left unlocked, we've had incidents of theft in the greater Charlotte County area of vehicles. In many of the cases, the vehicles were stolen with keys that were left in the vehicle. We don't have the sophisticated criminals doing the type of crimes that you're seeing in Ontario and Quebec using remote systems yet, but that's certainly something that we could expect to see as trends start in the west. They do tend to move east, and I realized that those grew up in Charlotte County in the days where you could keep your doors unlocked and cars unlocked. Unfortunately, those days are long gone.
Although local RCMP are doing their best to respond to break-ins, the battle against crime doesn't end with law enforcement. The ultimate fate of perpetrators lies in the hands of the judicial system.
Well, we certainly can't speak to the court aspect. As the police, all we can do is investigate, make arrests, and recommend charges to the Crown. Once charges are approved and laid, it really goes before the courts, and that's how it works in the democratic system. I can't speak to what penalties, depending on the person's history, the number of offenses. Obviously, the criminal code says, the maximum penalty for a break and enter into a residence is 25 years imprisonment, but realistically, it would be a lot lower.
CHCO asked Hansen about the additional challenge posed by the absence of a courthouse in Charlotte County. He acknowledged that the necessity of officers traveling to St. John for hearings can strain resources.
Yeah, I certainly don't want to speak to the political aspect of the decision, but certainly it is a logistical consideration. Our members do have to spend time in transporting prisoners to St. John and for going to court, so certainly that is added to our daily task hours.
Finally, for those interested in Charlotte County history, don't miss the remaining 2 Sunday afternoon screenings of historic home movies, hosted by the Charlotte County Archives at MBCC St. Andrews. Produced by Franklin Carty, these screenings offer a captivating glimpse into Charlotte County's past through vintage footage and photographs accompanied by insights from historians and first-hand witnesses. This Sunday's presentation will focus on 120 years of transportation services in St. Andrews.
Back 140 years ago, Harry Mallory's father started a livery service here to provide services for the people at the hotel and the town. And Harry Mallory recorded an interview with Channel 10, your predecessor, and that was on VHS, and so we got it digitized. And now we have his son, Bill Mallory, who provided all kinds of beautiful old photographs And so we put those together, and so we've got a really interesting story about a 24/7 business of running a livery service from 1888 until about 1920.
Entrance cost is a free will donation to the archives. That's all the news I have for you. For more stories and online exclusives, follow me, Vicky Hogarth, on Facebook and subscribe for free to CHCO TV on YouTube.
A news and public affairs production of CHCO TV, New Brunswick's only source for independent community television.